Some firing stories are hilarious, some are shocking, and some are just plain stupid. Here are 7 ridiculous acts that cost actors their jobs. Reason number 7 for being in a biopic. J.T. Walsh is best known for his work in films like A Few Good Men and Sling Blade. While many people loved his acting, actor Dan Aykroyd was not a fan. Aykroyd was working on the movie Loose Cannons and Walsh was selected to join the cast. Aykroyd hated the decision and went out of his way to make sure Walsh was replaced. The reason for his hatred being Walsh starring in Wired, a biopic of John Belushi. Aykroyd and Belushi were close friends, and since Wired didn't show Belushi in the best light, Aykroyd made a big fuss until Walsh was fired and replaced by Paul Koslo. Reason number 6. Terrible table reads. Mad TV was comprised of performers who are still well known in the comedy world today. One notable performer is David Herman, best remembered for his role in the film Office Space and his successful voice acting career, voicing various characters on King of the Hill, Futurama, and Bob's Burgers. While on Mad TV, Herman was bound by a contract that prevented him from participating in any projects outside of the show. If Herman wanted to work on other projects, he had to get his contract terminated. To do so, he started shouting all of his lines during table reads. He kept it up until the producers got so tired of his antics that they fired him. Reason number 5 for eating a hot dog. Michael Bublé was an extra on an episode of The X-Files. After a long day of shooting, Bublé was starving, so he went to craft services and ate one of the hot dogs. Unbeknownst to him, the food was reserved for important actors, so when Bublé's grimy extra hands got a hold of the food, he was reprimanded, threatened with blacklisting, and unceremoniously kicked off the set. Reason number 4 for acting Russian. The Breakfast Club is mainly focused on 5 characters, but there are 2 more outside of the main cast. One was the antagonist, Principal Vernon, and the other was the janitor, played by John Capillos. However, the role almost went to Rick Moranis, best known for films such as Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The director John Hughes was thrilled to have Moranis on board, but for unknown reasons, Moranis refused to perform the part as Hughes envisioned. Instead, he took creative liberty and decided to play the janitor with an exaggerated Russian accent. Moranis would also arrive on set with gold crowns on his teeth and a chain. The producers of the film looked at some of the footage with Moranis and absolutely hated his parts. Hughes stood by Moranis' decision and didn't want to lose such a respected actor, but the studio did not want to ruin the movie with a distracting, over-the-top Russian man with gold jewelry, so Moranis got the boot. Reason number 3 for dressing up as Osama. Russell Brand is known for many things. A lot of those things aren't positive, and this one isn't either. In 2000, Brand was a journalist for MTV, and a day after the 9/11 attack, Brand arrived to work dressed as Osama bin Laden, with a long beard, a turban, and a military outfit. Brand said he was high, but that explanation didn't save him. He was fired by MTV right after. Reason number 2 for spilling mustard. Sylvester Stallone and Richard Gere almost starred in The Lords of the Flatbush together. Sylvester claims that he and Gere didn't get along from the get-go, and with Gere taking fight scenes too seriously, the tension between the two grew. The final straw was during a lunch break. Sylvester was in the backseat of a car eating when Gere climbed in with greasy chicken covered in mustard. Sylvester warned him that the chicken would drip everywhere, but Gere ignored him. As expected, the mustard spilled onto Sylvester's pants. Sylvester elbowed Gere in the head and pushed him out of the car. Their disruptive behavior resulted in the director having to decide which actor to let go. Gere was the unlucky pick and was fired from the movie. Reason number 1 pooping at home. Murder One is a legal drama created by Steven Bochco. It starred Daniel Benzali, and according to Bochco, Benzali was an hour late every day, costing the show hundreds of thousands of dollars due to the delay. Bochco talked to Benzali to see what was causing his tardiness. Benzali told him that he had a long commute but couldn't leave the house until he pooped. Bochco suggested he come to work and then poop, but Benzali refused, claiming that he could only go at home. When asked to get up earlier in order to make it on time, Benzali refused to do so. Bochco even offered to find him an apartment across the street from the shooting lot. However, the actor declined the offer. As a result, he was fired. While these celebrities lost out on a good payday, their outcomes weren't half as bad as David Lee Edwards, the man that went broke 5 years after winning the lottery. Watch this to learn about his crazy life.